Thank you for joining me. Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist. I tell you what, that was a little bit stressful to go live here today because my technology was just not coming to the party. So I believe this is working. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. So I just jump back on here. Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist. Thanks for joining me today to talk about the art of saying no. This is just one that can turn you inside out. So I would love to know where you are in the world. That would be fabulous. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. If I don't address them here, I'll address them at the end or when I've finished. So the art of saying no. Woo! The thing that will happen to you is there's two questions. You either have one, do you want burnout? Maybe, maybe not. Or do you want two, everything you desire? Oh my God, even just saying that, everything you desire without compromising, and I do this one, what you desire without compromising your health and lifestyle. So first, put that in the chat. One, do you want burnout? Or two, do you want something that is everything you desire? Even just saying that makes me warm and fuzzy. Everything you desire without compromising your health and lifestyle. So put one, burnout, or two in the chat would be great. So when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, what if I gave you a magic wand and you had to say no to everything? What does that feel like? Because if I had to say no to everything, whether you really want to do it or not, it still makes me feel uncomfortable. Or, because I am great at saying no, or what if you had to say yes to everything? Whether you wanted to or not, what does that make you feel? Because they are real key questions, because this is about the feelings and emotions that sit inside you that we're dealing with today. So you'll know that if you don't say no to things, you know absolutely what happens when you don't say no to things. You burn out. And burnout is pretty much the tires going round and round and round and round and round until they blow, or they have a lot of smoke, or there's a fire, and that is burnout. It's just for you. What else happens with burnout is you lose friends. And I'm just saying, even if you say yes or no, when you're burnt out, if you don't say no to things, you will lose friends. But more importantly, you lose something else. And what you lose is yourself. And that is a horrible place to be when you get stuck and you end up losing your identity, who you are as a person, everything around you, because you will lose your friends at the same time, to a certain degree. So if we're a yes person, if we absolutely are a yes, I'll do that for you, yes, you jump into that people pleaser category. And I 100% was a people pleaser. Going back. Although if you ask my parents, they might say something a little bit different. She always said no. She was always questioning things. But I was a people pleaser because I thought that's what people needed from me at that time. Little did I know that that was going to take me down on a dark, icky path. So people often come to you because you are a yes person, and they come to you for reasons because you're so easy. If you're a yes person, they literally come to you because you're the easy option. They're like, oh, Deb will do this, or Deb will do that, or yeah, I can just ask Deb, because I know that there's people I rely on. I can ask something and they can get it done. And it may not be their job, but I know they're really good at it. But I'll continue to ask until they say, no, this is not for me, or anything like that. So I'll continue because it's easy for me. People don't venture out in their circle, and they don't look beyond their circle if they opt for the same person. So if I constantly go to the same person for the same stuff, then I don't grow my circle and find out who else can do it. Maybe somebody can do it better. Maybe somebody can do it cheaper. Maybe somebody can do it in a time frame that I'm really looking for. And that's if you're a yes person and under that people pleasing. So there's nothing wrong with saying no. Let's just get this right. There's absolutely nothing wrong with saying whoa. No. Whoa, don't know where that one was. way, no way. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. But the best way is how you say it. So, which we're going to cover clearly. If you say it differently, you're going to get a different reaction, because I talk often about the energy we put out, which you'll know if you've been watching any of my videos. It's about how we say things, how we interact with our body, whether we don't say anything. So the best way is actually your energy. So we're going to do this in a moment. But the key is also to drop the guilt. And if you have guilt associated with saying no, which we do, we all have guilt saying no at some time in our life. If we have that guilt, that can be an icky place to be. So I know in the media I'm reading a little bit about it, and they're talking about moving seats on planes. So if someone comes to me and says, can I take this seat? I'll decide if I want to give up my seat or not. And the reason is because I paid for that seat, or there's a luxury in me having flying at a certain level that I get that seat. So there's a response that can come from me, but it's how I deliver it. And if I say no because this, and they get grumpy, or they get elated with that, or any emotion, their response, and this is not just moving seats, their response is not yours to deal with. So if they get itchy with you, that's a nice way of putting it, itchy with you, that's not yours to deal with. That is not yours to deal with. It is how you can deal with things. This is yours to deal with, is what goes on in here, not their response. Look, if you want to take my seat, then you should have booked and paid for it. Think and strategize ahead. Plan. It's not my doing. I can easily give up my seat, but if you give me a middle seat, there is no way I'm going to sit in the middle seat. I'm definitely in a window seat. I also don't like the aisle seats, because I've seen once where something fell from the top, and that's me done. I'm like, oh, I'm not sitting in the aisle. I'm not going to have that hit me and cause me whatever's going on. So no. So if you want me to move seats, there's going to have to be a different level of exchange, and no amount of money is going to make me move seats. If I love that seat, that's me. So I have no problem saying no to people on planes who want me to move. Dependent. You can call me whatever you want. People have, watching the social media is crazy, the responses they're saying to people who are entitled and all that. Yeah, we're entitled to our opinion. That's what we're entitled to. And you're entitled to your opinion by saying no if it doesn't work for you. So there's different things when you say no. So one of them is, if it's your job to say no, like if it's in your job and you get paid in your job, and someone asks you to do something, and no, it's not going to work for your time frame, it's not going to work for your team, it's not going to work for your mentality, it's not going to work for whatever is, find out if you can talk to somebody about it, to delegate it. Now, bigger companies have a human resource. Often in a smaller company, it's pretty much your boss, your immediate boss. So human resources are there to support all people. Whether you're being an a-hole or not, whether you're being an amazing employee or not, they're there to support all people. They're not there to hinder you. They're there to get the best outcome for that employee and for that employer, whatever that one is. So if this is your paid job during the day or at night or whatever, find out if you can find somebody who can delegate that if it's not going to work. Or can you talk to somebody about it? So go to human resources and just say, look, I've got so much work going on. I'm going to have to do some overtime. I don't have the energy for that, or I don't have the time, or whatever reason you don't. Then you have to look at that. So whatever's going on in your world, look at what that is. There's another couple of things that come up. Excuse me. And one is obligation. Obligation is a cursor. A cursor. So look at, what do you owe them? What do you owe them? And if there's a level of obligation that they did something for you and now you have to pay them back in some sort of way, can you pay them money? Can you go and do something different for them? What is it that you owe them for, that you think you owe them for, and find another way to pay them back? There's two words that I work on, and that's called fair exchange. If I do a job for you, there's a fair exchange in return. If you do a job for me, there's a fair exchange in return. Now, that could be money. It could be time and energy. It could be a referral. It could be a testimonial for some people, whatever it is. It could be buying them dinner, petrol vouchers, anything. It could be something. So whatever you owe them for, change that obligation. Change that obligation that works for you and them. And that goes down to the same thing if this is a favor, because favor and obligation go together. Oh, it's a favor, I'm doing it for them. But if you're storing that favor that I've done 4 or 5 favors for you and you haven't done any for me, it's moving into obligation, and you're moving out of fair exchange. And when you move out of fair exchange, there's problems going on. There's clearly problems going on because you get disgruntled, they get disgruntled. So change that favor, whatever it is. And the third one around this, fourth one I think, is actually, does this light you up? You know, you've heard me say this before. If it doesn't light you up, you've got to get rid of it. And I say got to because it's your world around you that's going to hold together. But if you don't get rid of it, it's going to fall apart. So, does this light you up? Do you want to glitter bomb yourself? If you don't, it's not for you. Delegate it to somebody else. I'm a firm believer I'm not taking every client that comes my way. Some I know don't work out. Now, I have a different level of stiletto kicking in a consult, not here on Facebook Live. You just get little tips, but I definitely talk fast. I give you that kick. We find results and we go for it and we get there with the least amount of pain for you and me as possible. But there's people, I laugh a lot. I laugh when people tell me their problems. I also swear occasionally. Surprise. Occasionally. I'll throw that one out there occasionally. So if I know you're not going to work with me and my personality, then I'm not going to do that, because I'm not going to do that to myself, and I'm definitely not going to do that to you. So no amount of desperation will allow me to take a client for any amount of money or anything, due to I'm here to be inspired. And if this conversation, I'm going to feel frustrated and watching my words and being very cautious in how I act, that I don't upset the client or anything, that's not for me. So I choose inspiration every time when I do things, and I know what happens when I don't, because the universe definitely reminds me. And that brings me to the other thing, is talking desperation of inspiration, when I talked a little bit about guilt before. So guilt is a soul destroyer, and guilt gives you this much sleep instead of this much sleep. You feel sick in yourself. Your mind is constantly running that marathon over and over and over. And things remind you constantly of the guilt that that's weighing you down. So if you've done something that's guilty, or you're going to say no to somebody, or whatever, you're going to choose one friend's event over another's event, you know, there's that level of guilt. So TV will give you something. There'll be something on social media or TV that you'll watch and you'll go, oh, the universe is testing me. Or people have a conversation, or even random conversations. You're standing there talking in the supermarket queue and someone starts talking about something and you're like, oh my God, I've got to deal with that. How am I going to deal with that? And you can feel the whole tension inside of you of everything. So when that happens, the universe is definitely testing you. Absolutely. But the universe is telling you to deal with it. Deal with it. Don't run from it. You cannot run from anything. Nothing. You can't run from anything. So what you're going to look at when you've got guilt is, what value are you giving the other person? So if you're saying no to somebody, what value are you giving them by saying no? Or what benefit is there to give them to say no? Or what's the value to their world of you saying no right now? And then the other thing around guilt is the other one that goes, what value did you find in this experience for you? So if something's going on, I've done something that I feel guilty over, I will instantly look at the value I've given this other person, but also the value and what it's given me. And that allows me to function. And that changes my guilt into a place of heartfeltness. That one's for Kate. And it changes that level of guilt within me. So if you look at that guilt and you can go into your heart and say, I didn't hurt the other person because we've obviously thought we've hurt them, or I didn't hurt myself because we've looked at the value to both those parties, there's a level of difference in you where you become more fulfilled with what's going on around you, and your shoulders are back and you have just a different life going on around you. When you work on that, that guilt jumps into resolution way quicker than anything. And that's where we want to go each time. So if you'd like to practice saying no, practice, absolutely. But no, it never goes that way. So you may go, yep. So strategize on the result. You may go, yep, this, and this. I'm going to say no, and they're going to go, that's great, no problem. And then there's going to be no other questions, and we're going to move forward. Fabulous. Well, that could be a little fantasy. So definitely look at the bigger picture of how you think it's going to go and strategize on the results. Think of the worst case and work out the value of that worst case. But know that the universe tests you constantly throughout the day with what's going on. So you can say things like, no, thank you, I don't have the time for it. No, thank you, I don't have the time for it. Or, no, thank you, I don't have the money for it. If you don't, don't lie. Don't lie. That's the worst thing you can do. Or, no, thank you, it doesn't interest me. Oh, that's an interesting one. No, thank you, it doesn't interest me. That's okay. People ask me for donations, and I'm like, no, I do my own. No, thank you. I do my own donations in my own way. I don't tell them where I donate. I don't feel I need to explain it. I do my own, and it feels right for me. So the key here is no, thank you. I don't have or it doesn't whatever you want to put. So you can say no, thank you. So the key is definitely saying no, thank you. But you can say things like, no, thank you. I have the perfect person who would suit that. No, thank you, but I know exactly who would love to do this. And you've resolved their issue straight away, and you've taken that guilt or frustration away for you. Or you can say, no, thank you. Is there someone else you can ask? Or no, thank you. Who else do you know who you can ask? And it's just how you say it. Or, and I talked about the energy of how you say it. Or you can say, no, thank you, I can't do it. Or no, I can't do it right now, but I can in 3 hours' time or something. Only if you can. Do not say no and put it off if it doesn't light you up. Don't do that. Don't do that. So the key is to say it with heart energy. And heart energy is where you can go, no, thank you. It's just not for me right now. Or not, no, God, I couldn't think anything worse. Someone said that to me. I feel really bad that I even asked them. So it's all around what lights you up. Does it glitter bomb you? Do you actually get inspired about doing it? Does this actually excite you? You have to put your own oxygen mask on first. So it's your own energy over giving to somebody else. And even children, I'm saying, you must look after your own oxygen without giving it to other people. They won't hate you for it. You'll have a level of respect for yourself, and they will have a level of respect for themselves. So look at what works for you. So the key is no thank you, ... No thank you, ... It's pretty simple. If you've got any questions for today, jump on a call. I'll put a little calendar link in here. You can jump on the call with me and I can help you through these things. Please don't get burnt out. It's a waste of your own energy and time, and it's a lot harder to get yourself out of the mud than look at the mud and go, am I jumping in that mud pile right now? So that is me, Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist, talking about the art of saying no. If you love today, the next step is to share this and comment and book a call with me. That would be fabulous. And my dogs are clearly having a good old time right now doing their little barking session. So thank you very much. That's Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist. I look forward to receiving your messages and your comments. Thanks. See ya.